Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be going over this new old anime style I've kind of been working on. I haven't really uploaded in a while for a few reasons. One, I really haven't been drawing at home as much as I have been at work, which I know sounds a bit strange, but I found this new art style I've been liking using the filters through Medibang. And you only need Medibang. It's a free drawing program. You can download it for free. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and get started. So right here, I'm not finished yet. I've already done like half of the picture so far though. This is why I used as reference. I'll just go ahead. So I use this as reference just to go ahead and make the picture as accurate as possible. Typically I don't trace. I did for this video. But anyway, let me go ahead. So I started off, I traced, and what I did was I used the G pen over here, and I put it on a setting of 2, so it's like this really, really thin line weight. You know, you don't want like a thick line weight with these older anime styles, and that's pretty hard for me because I like to draw very thick. I draw a webcomic, and I always draw in black and white. So I like the thicker line weights. I actually typically use a line weight of 4. But then what you're going to do is that you're going to go in here, and I've already done it, but you go ahead and you copy and paste it, and then you go up here to the filters, and you go over and you do Gaussian blur, and it's going to give you this little thing. And what it does is that you can slide it over, and it'll blur. Oh, I have it on the wrong layer. What you do is that you can blur. Yeah, you can blur this, and you can like slide it left and right, and it'll make the picture like blurry and whatnot. I've already done it to a 1, just makes it slightly blurry to give it that little extra shadow. And as you can see, whenever I blurred it, I actually moved it over a little bit because it was originally there, or it was originally there. I just moved it ever slightly over, and it gives it like it's, you know, like it's on a plane, and that it's casting a shadow. So those was the first 2 things that I did. Then over here, I went in and I put in the colors. Typically, whenever I color, I turn off the shadow. And oh, I forgot to mention, whenever I did the line work, I never typically do it at in black, like all the way black. I typically go up a little bit and in the yellow. So it'd be, whoop, that's not good. Whenever I do it, I typically go like right around in this area. All right. All right. And then on the colors, so right here, I always go through and I put it all in one big folder. So this is all of my colors right here, you know, like I can go through and I can turn off all these different things and whatnot. And I just have it all here in the folder. And whenever I do this, I go ahead and I do copy and I paste it onto another thing. So I just have this little extra 1 on top of it. And then once again, go over to the filters, Gaussian blur, and do that to a value of 1. And then you get this blurry effect. And then I like to go through and I like to make the opacity on the copied one and make it very, very light. I typically 60s around where I go, but you can mess around with it. And then let's see. Oh, for the background. So for the background, you always do watercolor or something very similar. For this one, I use this as reference. And once again, it's like, you know, all these layers I just have thrown in there. But other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's see. Okay, and now here's like kind of like the final part. So this is where I think the picture really comes together. So there's a thing over here called chromatic abrasion over in the filter section. You want to click on that. Oop, let me zoom in real quick actually. So you're going to do this chromatic abrasion, and what that does is that it slightly offsets the color. Now that's really extreme, but down here, 1 to 2 is typically how far I go, because it doesn't separate it that far, but it's still pretty good. So let's see. So all right, yeah, we got that. The background, you can do the same thing with the background. Actually, yeah, I think I am going to do that really quick. I typically only ever have the background on one layer. Let's see. Let me make that 1 instead of 2. So it's very, very slightly. And whenever you do the background, it doesn't have to be like perfect, you definitely don't want it to look HD. Might even go ahead and put a Gaussian blur on there. Whoop. See, it gets very, very extreme very fast. So you never want to have your Gaussian blur be too advanced. Let's see. So that's what we originally had. That's where it's at now. And then the one that I think kind of ties the whole thing together, you want to go up to the top, have a layer on top of all of it. Once again, go to filters, and there's going to be something down here called custom noise. Obviously covers the whole thing. Now you can go down here, and there's this thing called marker paper. And what it does is that it puts this whole paper effect on the entire thing. And I already have it set to overlay and like an opacity of 35. You can go down here, and it gives it like that grainy look to it. And I think that makes it look really cool. So as of right now, this is really all I got. I think it's pretty simple, and this is all done in Medibang. You can experiment with it. Like, there's a whole lot of filters you can choose from on the custom noise. Like, this is what the marker paper is. But you can go through, there's like a cloud filter, and I've been trying to work on this one too, because I know with those older animes, it's on film, and it's like, sometimes there's like burn marks and whatnot, and I feel like this would be a good way to have those burn marks appear through. I'm not going to do it today though, but it's like there's flame, ground, sand, it's like all these different things. But for now, I have it on marker paper, and yeah, that's about it. It's, you can do a little bit more. I didn't show it, but it's like if you wanted to. So let's say for like the aura, you could go through and you'd probably get where is it? It's called the stipple pen or stipple pen or something like that. Actually, let me see how this looks. So if you wanted to, and you want to like put like an overlay of like aura or key or whatnot, you could do a layer that would be on top of everything. And then once again, you would kind of go through and just figure out which one you would like. Overlay or burn would probably be the best one. Or hard light. Hard light might look good. And it would, go over your line art. It'd go through the colors, but it would blend it better. So it's like, I'm drawing over this. It's like, it gives it like, kind of like a weird tint to it. But if I draw it over here, this color and this color are just way too different. But anyway, so yeah, this is what I got. I think it looks pretty good. If you guys want to, go through and experiment it, it's up to you. This is just the way I've been doing it. All right, so here's the picture in the end. As you can see, I actually did go ahead and I added some like burns, a little bit there on the left and right side. Like on the upper left side, there's some on the cloud, and on the right side, there's a little bit in front of the mist. And I went ahead and I added like a glow effect around Goku, just like a slight one. And then on the aura, I used like the hair-like brush, and I just brushed behind him. and I think I put it on hard light, if I remember right. But yeah, here's the finished picture. I think it looks really good, and I hope you guys enjoyed.